Of course, I'm sure alam niyo yung mga nangyaring mga latest na naman sa ating bansa. Of course, over the weekend, nalaman natin na may hostage crisis situation at ang apektado dyan, no less than former Senator Leila de Lima, isa sa mga pinaka fierce critics ng dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, no? So, almost kalahating dekada, no? Half a decade almost nandyan siya sa uh, well, she's not free. No? I mean, technically speaking, never siya convicted of any crime. No? So, incarcerated siya. But she has not been convicted by any crime because wala naman nangyari talaga dun sa kaso niya. And around the world, by any sane people, etc., all the civilized countries, all the independent observers, para sa kanila, this is a case of uh, political legal harassment. No? Um, Nevertheless, of course, as always, there's a legal process there. At pag-usapan natin yan, yung legal process na yan, at how things are moving forward or not pagdating dito sa kaso ni Senator De Lima. So, of course, this is again, kaka 100 days pa lang ni Pangulong Marcos, eto na naman yung nag-headline sa Pilipinas. No? I'm sure President Marcos Jr. would have wanted a better headline for the Philippines. And yet, we have a headline situation whereby top former Abu Sayyaf terrorist, no? Terrorist people ay yung iba sa kanila tumatakas, tapos ito pa, dinamay pa si Senator De Lima, no? So it was a very, very intense situation there. And that just tells you gaano kasabog yung situation sa atin and how much of a crisis we have when it comes to rule of law in the Philippines, no? Kumbaga, may term dyan Banana Republic, no? Hindi ito yung brand na Banana Republic na, no, yung parang etchen. Banana Republic has a specific connotation, no? Uh, Whenever these things happen, it makes our country look like a banana republic, if not already a banana republic. So ito po yung definition of a banana republic, ayan, mid-level, mid-school level, no? Ibig sabihin yan, a situation whereby you have a poor country reliant on a single export limited resource governed by an authoritarian regime characterized by corruption, economic exploitation, etc. No? By local government officials, by foreign corporations, or it also refers to an exploitative government that functions poorly for its citizenry while disproportionately benefiting corrupt elite group or individual. No? So, Banana Republic, ito po yung definition niyan. Hindi ito yung Banana Republic na, na binebenta yung damit. Now, so the other day, is last week, meron tayong yung trahedya with Percy Lapid. And then over the weekend naman, ito nangyari. Just as we were marking the first 100 days of President Marcos Jr. Again, it will be unfair to blame President Marcos for all of these things happening in the same way that he cannot take credit for everything good that is happening, right? Some things he has more responsibility for than others, no? And dito sa issue ng rule of law crisis, ito ay isang malalim na problema, malalim ang ugat nito. It goes back to even dictatorship, martial law years. So you cannot blame just this president. But of course, at the same time, alam natin the situation got way worse under the previous administration with thousands of alleged, extrajudicial executions, no? So ito po yung situation na nangyari over the weekend. Which just tells you how yung state of rule of law crisis na meron tayo sa bansa, no? So ito po, so may near death hostage taking situation, no? At I'm sure this was an extremely traumatizing situation, no, guys? Grabe, 'di ba? Hostage sa loob, hinostage pa yung ibang, I mean, like, my thing is, paano bakit kasama yung mga lalaki, babae, lahat dun sa prison system? Paano nakapunta dun sa kabila etong mga Abu Sayyaf people, no? At, I mean, that just tells you how problematic the whole system is. Hindi lang yung why on earth is she there, but why on earth is a situation like that inside nung camp, no? So, very brutal yata yung situation na nangyayari dyan. Kung matakas, ang ibang Abu Sayyaf people lumaban ng pulis. So out of desperation, no? Ang ginawa nila, hinostage ito si Leila de Lima, no? So basahin natin itong yung set of events that happened para naman we have a better idea gaano ka-crazy yung situation dito sa ating bansa, no? Grabe. Hoy, yung isa dyan sa YouTube umayos ka, troll ka, pangalan mo palang troll ka, umalis ka dyan. Pasaway ka, mabasura, umalis kayo dito. Ayan naman, magbabardagulan na naman tayo nito eh. Hey, bablock kita mamaya, walang iya ka. Ayan, okay. Basahin natin Wait lang, sorry, I'm just loading this. So I'm looking at the testimony statement by Senator De Lima herself. Huwag niyo napansin yung mga kabubuan ng mga trolls na yan. Mamaya na tayo mag-ano dyan. Let's look at the statement by the good senator, former senator herself. Ayan, asartalo daw tayo, sabi ng troll. Get a life, man. Okay. So, ito po yung statement mismo ni Senator De Lima doon sa nangyaring situation. So, sabi niya, I am grateful to those who expressed concern for my well-being in the aftermath of the surreal hostage-taking incident that happened this Sunday morning. I have already endured more unjust detention inside the PNP Custodial Center. For farthest from my mind that on top of that ordeal, no, yung very questionable detention niya, I also had to survive the knife of a fellow detainee, reportedly an extremist, Islamic extremist, who took me hostage in a desperate attempt to make known their grievances to the public. After being told by the hostage taker that since his two other companions were already dead, pinatay na ibang pulis dahil may mga enkwentro nangyari, he's certain he would also be killed and he might just as well also kill me. I consider what happened to me as a near-death experience. If not for the timely intervention of the PNP security force, I don't think I would have come out alive since the hostage taker was already determined to die and take me with him. I'm now safe and sound except for the lingering pain on my chest where the hostage taker constantly pressed the point of his knife while holding me hostage. Grabe, di ba? Talagang damay-damay yung ginawa ng mga walang yan eh. Please also pray for the injured police officer who, like me, was the other but more unfortunate victim of this incident. While I have survived with only a knife mark and some considerable distress, I'm sure, of course, traumatic experience yan, he's still fighting for his life. Ito po yung police official na na-injure habang nangyari itong escape effort by Abu Sayyaf, former Abu Sayyaf members. Let us pray for his quick recovery. So you could see the generosity of the spirit of the senator that she's also remains very concerned about dun sa ibang opisyales na apektuhan dito sa insidente. While I am still trying to recover psychologically and emotionally from this harrowing experience, I'm sure one of the things that I learned from it. I'm sure of one thing that I learned from it. Being so near death has only made me value life even more. So guys, grabe, di ba? Kitang-kita niyo talaga, ibang klase. While I'm still trying. Thank you for all your prayers. Most of all, I thank the Lord for being by my side during those terrible moments and for saving my life today. Ako guys, of course, disclosure, binisita ko po si Senator De Lima, Attorney De Lima, few years ago. At back then, she was I think 2 or 3 years pa lang inside jail. Not pa lang, but compared to now, is lampas sa 5 years. And she was really in strong spirit, and you could see that she was really embracing this Mandela moment, this moment of sacrifice, no, while facing this really crazy ordeal. And then now, meron kang situation na ganun, but of course, she's still showing strength of spirit and determination to hold on, no? At nakikita natin yung generosity of spirit niya, her concern for others, while she's still coping with this traumatic experience, no? So grabe guys, grabe talaga, no? Now, just to give you a kind of a background on the situation dito. So base sa reports, so I want to just go to dun sa details ng crisis, how things unfolded, grabe, no? Sa ngayon, even Commission on Human Rights is calling for a deep probe, no? Sa ano nangyari? Bakit nakapasok dun sa kabilang prison cell, di ba? Or ward, no? So, grabe talaga to, guys. Parang ano talaga tayo eh. Banana Republic style eh. I mean, what kind of country has a situation like that? A senator behind bars for more than 5 years on questionable charges, and then, eto pa mangyari sa kanya, di ba? So, base sa reports na meron tayo, ang PNP po ay pumatay ng 3 detained militants linked to the extremist group Abu Sayyaf yata to, no? Ito ay after nung gusto nila tumakas sa jail rampage over Sunday, na-stop po nila yung isang police officers tapos hinostage nila si De Lima. So that's really a crazy situation you're looking at because this is supposed to be a high security, maximum security situation, right? Kasi napaka-high profile yung mga tao nandyan, no? So ayon kay National Police Chief General Rodolfo Azurin Jr., former Senator De Lima was unhurt and taken to hospital for a checkup yung following yung brazen escape attempt and hostage taking nangyari sa detention center, no? For high-profile inmates to, no? Doon sa main police camp dito sa Metro Manila. So yun yung isa tong inmates na yan na related dito sa Abu Sayyaf. Nag-stop po sila ng police officer who was delivering breakfast after dawn in an open area where inmates can exercise outdoors. No, kasi Sunday to, so nasa outdoor, medyo nagpapa-fresh air sila, ayan, nagbibigay ng breakfast, boom, ito nangyari. Police officers in a sentry tower fired warning and then shot and killed 2 of the prisoners, no? So, including Abu Sayyaf commander Idang Susukan, nung ayaw na nilang sumuko, no? The third inmate though, so dalawang pinatay nila na Abu Sayyaf, isa dyan yung former Abu Sayyaf commander Idang Susukan, and then yung third inmate ran to De Lima's cell. So ang tanong dito, paano siya nakapunta dun sa De Lima cell? I mean, what's going on there? And briefly held her hostage. Pero eventually, pinatay din siya ng police. So you can imagine how risky the situation is, no? She's safe. We were able to quickly resolve the incident inside the custodial center. Sabi ni Azurin dun sa mga reporters. And justified police action to shoot the inmates. Ayon sa kanya, Senator De Lima was already being held hostage. So should we let that very crucial situation drag on? Of course, risky yan, di ba? So, may efforts doon na to negotiate yung release. Pero hindi gumana. So, ang nangyari dito, binarel na rin yung pangatlo. Dalawa yung pinatay, dun sa yard lang mismo nung nagkagulo na. Yung pangatlo, eto na, nag-intervention na sila. So, yung dalawang other inmates po ay si Arnel Cabintoy and Feliciano Sulayaw. No? Sila po ay suspected members naman ng Dawla Islamia, isa pang extremist groups na similar dun sa Abu Sayyaf, no? At saka Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters. Sila po ay arestado noong 2019 in suburban Quezon City, no? And were facing non-bailable charges, no? So ito, especially sa case ni Susukan, no? So many militants belonging dun sa Abu Sayyaf, no, na isang terrorist organization at Dawla Islamia, ay actually, of course, aligned sa ISIS, no? So, high profile talaga mga to, di ba? So, may statements din si Interior Secretary Benhur Abalos dito. Sabi niya, 3 slain inmates attempted to escape, no? Pero, hindi daw specifically target si De Lima. So, nagkataon lang daw, incidental lang na si De Lima ay nadamay dito, no? So, after the 2 militants were shot and killed, base sa mga reports, yung third inmate ran to De Lima's cell, took her hostage, blindfolding her and aiming a blunt object at her chest, no? So grabe, di ba? Blindfold pa siya, no? Tapos nagdemanda siya ng nagre-request siya ng isang helicopter para mag-escape siya. Nung una may negotiation efforts and then humingi siya ng tubig, giving a police officer a chance to shoot him while handing him water. So ganun sinet up siya ng ganun eh. Humingi ng helicopter para tumakas. Nung hindi gumana, ang ginawa nila, binigyan ng tubig, nung kukunin niya yung tubig, boom, binarel siya, no? So, nako po, medyo risky yung nangyari doon, no? So nagkaroon ng conversation yata. So, kinausap ni Senator De Lima, former Senator De Lima, si Senator Riza Hontiveros. Siyempre, si Senator Hontiveros was checking on her. At talagang sabi niya, where would I die now when I may get freed soon? Sabi ni De Lima, ayon kay Senator Hontiveros, no? And something inside there told her to stay still. No. So may pag-asa, so may hope si Senator De Lima na sooner than later, itong crazy situation sa kanya, na behind bars, despite complete absence of any credible evidence or credible witnesses, itong situation na yan may end. No, so which brings us, of course, to the second part of our discussion, right? I mean, why is she there even to begin with, considering everything, no? Considering everything, guys, di ba? So ito kasi guys yung nangyari dito di ba? Oh, by the way, of course, si Senator Padilla, may comment din si Senator Padilla dahil medyo may concern siya dun sa potential contribution to prejudicial statement. Of course, Senator Padilla is positioning himself since he's the only Muslim member of the Senate. He's trying to make sure that walang discriminatory discourse, no, whether it's the government level or dito sa mga diskusyon ng di ba? Ng mga crisis katulad nito, no? So sorry, I tinanggal ko yata yung So, ayon kay Senator Padilla, no? Ingat din tayo dito sa mga ganitong usapin kasi we might inadvertently contribute also, no, to undermining a proper understanding of the situation in Mindanao at saka affect relations between us and yung ating mga kababayan na Muslim brothers and sisters, no? So ayon kay Senator Padilla, he called out the Philippine National Police over alleged discrimination after tagging as quote-unquote Muslims yung hostage takers of former Senator De Lima. I mean, these are people who just happen to nominally be Muslims, but that is not their primary identity. Their primary identity, they're criminal, they're terrorists. That's the point. So ayon kay Senator Padilla, hindi ko mapigilang mapansin sa video ang paulit-ulit na pagtukoy ng mga Muslim ang hostage takers. Ayon sa kanya, hangat kong malaman ng lahat na hindi ginagamit ang salitang Muslim sa pagtukoy sa isang tao, lalot may kinalaman sa krimen o terorismo. May pangalan po ang mga taong to. So yes, exactly. So I agree with Senator Padilla on this. In fairness naman sa kanya, yes, I mean, well, let's not make it look as if this is a Muslim thing. These were just a bunch of people, right, who belong to extremist groups, no, and nominally Muslims, right? So kasi yun ang problema when you keep on repeating things and you keep on saying things na ganito ganyan, right? You're contributing kasi guys to to prejudice, diba? Yan ang nagiging problema natin ngayon. Wait lang anong ginawa natin dito? Ayan, sorry. Inayos ko yun. Hindi ko alam bakit nawala bigla yung natin. Image natin. Accidentally ito, natanggal natin. Medyo distressful kasi itong pinag-usapan natin. Kaya sorry, nawindang tayo ng konti. Parang the more you read about it, the more you can imagine yung situation. Now, eto guys, let's go back to yung case ni Senator De Lima mismo to put things into context, no? Para alam natin bakit medyo preposterous talaga yung situation natin, no? So, you have practically all key witnesses against the senator withdrawing, di ba? Ito. So, fourth witness retracts allegation against De Lima. Ito po yung June pa lang, no? So, nakikita natin one after the other, lahat ng mga supposed witnesses, a lot of them very questionable credibility. Pati sila, nag-withdraw na sila di ba? So, ang tanong ngayon, eto na nga, walang ebidensya, walang witness, what's going on? And meron ka bang situation na gano'n na ang DOJ, no? Ang DOJ pinablock niya yung isang sarili niyang witness na biglang sinabi niya wala namang ginagawa si De Lima at nag-withdraw ng kanyang testimony. So the moment na nawala yung dating presidente at wala ng pressure or threat, etong mga to, ayan, labasan ng katotohanan, di ba? Bookingan na talagang malabo yung kaso, di ba? I mean, again, we'll just look at the situation here. Let's not forget, no? Na we have a system whereby you're innocent until proven guilty, and in this case, 5 years na po, lampas na sa 5 years, ito na, nag-withdraw na lahat ng mga witnesses eh. And to begin with, credible ba yung mga witnesses na yan? To even have a credible case, to have a solid case to begin with, no? Kaya po, many people, including ambassadors, etc., have been calling on the government na yung case niya ma-resolve na. Kasi, ang labo eh. Yung mga witnesses nag-withdraw na, ang tagal na itong kaso na to, wala naman masyadong nangyari dun sa court case. Ang sinasabi naman dito ng DOJ, of course, I want to be fair to all sides and express their side para lang hindi lang one-sided. Ang sabi naman ng DOJ, guys, yung Muntinlupa Court talaga ang may final say dito kasi yun yung nag-handle ng case na yan. But yun nga eh, sinasabi nung kabila na kung wala naman talagang case at drop it entirely para there's no point for even having court case and all and dismiss the case altogether because the case is, well, at least according to the critics, politically motivated and politically charged, no? Oo. Na ito ay trumped up charges, no? Si Senator De Lima, of course, earlier, may statement siya welcoming itong mga withdrawal or recantation ng mga witnesses doon sa kanyang alleged involvement, no? So, De Lima's camp welcome another witness recantation of the drug trade, urges DOJ to review and dismiss the remaining case. Ito yung sinabi niya earlier, no? So, Attorney Philibon Boni Tagardon, no? Yung one of the De Lima's legal counsel said, yung isa sa mga nag-recant, si Adorco, no, only highlighted the pattern of witnesses admitting to being threatened and coerced to tell lies and pin people down, including senators. Sa tingin namin, sumasalamin ito sa matagal na naming sinasabi na ang mga kaso laban kay Senator De Lima ay pawang gawa-gawa lamang ng mga taong tinatakot at ginipit para gumawa ng kasinungalingan at palabasin na si Senator De Lima ay sangkot sa bentahan ng illegal na droga. Lumalabas ng totoo kaya patuloy ang panawagan namin sa DOJ na muling suriin ang mga kasong isinampan nila laban kay Senator De Lima at tuluyan ng ibasura ito at palayain ang mahal nating senadora, no? So, may counter affidavit naman filed by the Department of Justice last May 2024 and August 28, 2020 naman. Dito Adorco recanted his allegations in his 2016 and 2017 affidavits admitting yung kanyang involvement in illegal drug trade while dragging in the names of several personalities kasama din dyan si Kerwin Espinosa, no? So yeah, talagang labo, no? 'Di ba? Nag-withdraw na sila. Pero ang sinasabi dito ng DOJ, this now depends this now depends dito sa sa Muntinlupa Court, no? So let me go and read yung statement ni Justice Remulla. Department of Justice Secretary Remulla, Muntinlupa Court. So actually may official statement po ang DOJ dito sa issue na yan. And Justice Remulla has tried to reassure, of course, he's now a new DOJ secretary, so he's trying to reassure everyone that he will get to the bottom of this issue in the most fair way possible. So may statement po ang DOJ dito officially sa case na ito. So ito ay after there was a Senate resolution that called for the release of the former senator from the detention center, no? Ito ay pinasa ng mga opposition senators, of course. Sabi ni Secretary Remulla, the matter is already within the jurisdiction of the Muntinlupa Trial Court, which has sole power and authority to act on the pending case against the former senator. Based on records, Rafael Ragos, A defense witness has not been presented before the Muntinlupa court. Hence, the department will rely on the court's sound discretion on the appreciation of the alleged evidence. So meron pang isa pang defense witness na dapat ma-present pa daw sa Muntinlupa court. But this was said earlier pa, 3 months ago pa yan. So we're still waiting. Anong mga magiging latest dito? In the meantime, guys, of course, there's growing pressure by the international community, by international organization, etc. na hopefully magkaroon ng proper resolution na issue na yan. Of course, you can imagine how difficult the situation is also for the new administration because they're also dealing with all other different issues, yung ICC issue, meron din of course yung issue, of course yung assassination ni Percival Mabasa or si Percy Lapid, isa pang issue yan. So there are many things, guys, that the government is trying to handle. Ang laking problema yan. Ang dami rin na-inherit kasi itong administration na ito in terms of very problematic cases and all. So let's see how are they're gonna deal with it. Earlier po, my statement si DILG Secretary Abalos, na mukhang medyo may alam ng tao na siguro there are some leads on sino ang mga behind the tragic demise of Percy Lapid, no? At the same time, of course, the LG is saying dapat hindi ito ma-exploit ng mga or napopoliticize yung issue na ito, no? So may person of interest na po at nag-offer po ng 500,000 reward, no? Si DLG Secretary para magkaroon po tayo ng hustisya dito sa kaso na yan. So you can see that the government, at least on the surface, is showing a lot of interest and dedication to get to the bottom of this case, no? And mukhang they're increasingly optimistic that they can get to the bottom of the issue, no? And pin down yung mga involved dito. So meron na pong reward doon sa mga leads, sa mga involved dito sa trahedya na yan. And President Marcos via Deputy Executive Secretary has already assured people that he'll try his best to do something about the situation. Again, talagang so, 100 days pa lang ni President Marcos, ang dami na lang kailangang ayusin. As I said, and a lot of them naman, hindi makasalanan ng bagong presidente, he has inherited them. But nonetheless, he's now the president. And if he wants to reintroduce the Philippines and, make sure that we don't look like a banana republic, etc., something has to be done about this issue. No? We have to get to the bottom of them. There has to be a rule of law-based approach. And unfortunately, pagdating sa rule of law, laking problema yan. Laking problema talaga yan. So I have a lot of data on the rule of law issue that I can show you. So we can have siguro separate meta on this. Daming kailangan i-process dito eh. Ang hirap din yung situation natin eh. Tapos meron ka pang mga malangyan troll na I mean, you could see how many people have been brainwashed with just hatred and stupid, cruelty, no? Yan talagang blind partisanship and all. Really, poison yan. Poison talaga yan sa politika natin. Grabe yung mga comments ng iba. Titignan mo yung mga comments na iba. Grabe. I mean, it's you don't want to even talk about them because it just tells you how messed up the situation in our country is. All this fake news, all this hatred, fear mongering, all this barbarian populist style. Grabe, toxic, napaka-toxic talaga. Napaka-toxic talaga. Dalawang mukha tayong banana republic. Anyway, my best wishes to the current administration to fix the mess from the previous administration and all. So let's see. And by that, I refer, of course, to President Marcos Jr., the president particularly. So let's see how this thing is going to move forward. But as far as Senator Lima is concerned, she seems to be optimistic na she'll be freed soon, no? So let's see, guys. Ay, mag-thank you muna tayo dito sa mga kasama natin. Mga kameta natin. Sorry, bardagulan mode talaga ngayon. Pero, wala, somber dapat talaga tayo dito kasi grabe. Okay, let me say thank you muna dun sa mga, of course, as always, let me thank you mga sumusuporta sa atin, have been there for us through and through. Maraming salamat sa inyo kay Ma'am Eunice Babalcon. Thank you so much as always for your support. Kay Ma'am Jocelyn Lumberry, as always. Ma Victoria Baltazar, thank you so much for your support. Maribeth Nicolas, Fanny San Miguel, Dolly Denhan. Yes, malungkot po ang situation natin. Kay Mitch Tengcho, of course, thank you also for your support. Judy Villarosa, Rizal Amper, Noemi Tablate, Lucy Felonia, Marge Lapid, related, okay. Paul Lennon, Lauren Abal Rodriguez, Senan Makalalad, Michael Uy, Romel Teang. Thank you so much sa mga stars niyo, sa mga support niyo. I really, really appreciate it. It's very, very kind of you. Parang gusto mo mag-meta na excited ka, na masaya ka, na you talk about something good happening, things are moving the right direction, medyo Grand Prix, medyo social, medyo, and then ito mga nangyari, and they remind you how messed up the situation still is, no? So ito, reminder lang, ito po yung Banana Republic, and that's what we don't want to be, guys. And that's what we shouldn't be seen as. Kasi yung Banana Republic ang tingin sa atin, the good investors will not come, will never be taken seriously the way we should be sa international community. Sayang naman yung bansa natin. This is what we don't want to be, no? Banana Republic. Again, hindi ito yung brand, no? Ay. Okay. Maraming salamat, guys. Let's catch up soon, hopefully, on a better topic. I still have a number of things I still have to discuss more. Yung dollar issue, yung Russia, Taiwan, Philippines, medyo malaking issue din yan. Maraming mga nangyaring big events dyan. So, pag-usapan natin yan. We'll get into that soon. So, thank you so much. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much sa mga comments niyo, suggestions niyo. I appreciate it. Sa mga fans natin. Sa mga trolls, thank you very much for your comments. You increase our engagement. So please lang, continue yung pagtutroll you. And of course, at some point, you're gonna get blocked. But in the meantime, we enjoy all the engagement that you bring to our discussion. So troll lang. Salamat talaga. Thank you very much. Ayan. Thank you for pushing up our engagement. Always good. We appreciate that. Mamaya na tayo magbardagulan. We had to be a bit somber today, guys, out of due respect dun sa situation na nangyari. But don't worry, babalik ang mga bardagulan, more aggressive, kalog style natin. But it has to be appropriate, no? It has to be topic appropriate, no? So, thank you very much. Maraming salamat. And salamat din sa mga trolls na bayaran at mga haters. Thank you for increasing our engagement. As always, have a good day, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye! Bye, trolls! Bye, friends and followers. Thank you very much. Sige lang, engagement.